Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English Binh Phuoc radio, television stations, and newspaper. I'm Binh Phuoc with the latest news for today. Binh Phuoc paying due regard to forest protection. Organic, clean agricultural practices promoted in Binh Phuoc. President Võ Văn Thưởng hosts outgoing Nigerian ambassador. Best work for external information service honor. Ladies and gentlemen, the Binh Phuoc Provincial Party Committee had issued a document on monitoring, developing, and improving the forest economy in line with tourism development during the 2021-2025 period with a vision to 2030. Through this document, the committee asked relevant authority and agency to review and carefully monitor and socio-economic projects that are likely to adversely affect the quantity and quality of local forest.
The document stipulates that forest conversion should follow the Party Central Committee's Directive No. 13, dated January 12, 2017, and Government Decree No. 83, dated July 15, 2023. Forestation and forest conversion are to take into account national socio-economic development projects, defense purposes, and the functions of forests. Binh Phuoc Province also asks relevant authorities to rigorously protect natural forests and improve forest quality by using silviculture measures and preserving forest biodiversity. In addition to preserving existing forests, the local party committee also asks relevant authorities and agencies to accelerate tree planting efforts, especially in submerged forests and watershed protection forests and reforestation. It also requested that international cooperation on managing, protecting, and developing forests be enhanced. Relevant authorities and agencies are asked to seek funds from international organizations for preserving and expanding forests and improving the livelihoods of forest-reliant communities.
Binh Phuoc has been carrying out practical measures to realize a provincial scheme on promoting high-tech farming and hygienic and organic agricultural practices in the 2021-2025 period with a vision to 2030.
The province is striving to expand hygienic cashew nut cultivation areas. Specifically, it aims to have 6.9% of cashew farming areas qualified as hygienic and 3.3% as organic by 2025. The figures are to increase to 14.5% and 5% respectively by 2030. Binh Phuoc has also been studying high yield and better quality varieties to improve the economic value of cashew farming. Regarding pepper, Binh Phuoc targets 26.9% and 1% respectively of its growing area meeting hygienic and organic standards by 2025. The rates are to rise to 45% and 2% respectively by 2030. Similarly, the province aims to have 21% of its fruit farming areas meeting hygienic standards by 2025 and 30% by 2030. Meanwhile, 3.3% of vegetable and rice cultivation areas are to meet hygienic standards by 2025 and 7% by 2030.
To mitigate the risk of terrorist fire incident, the Fire and Rescue Police Division at the Binh Phuoc Provincial Police Department has conducted a program to train local students in firefighting and fire prevention skills.
The training was an extracurricular activity held at local schools. Students were equipped with basic knowledge on firefighting and safe electricity and gas use, and were taught how to use firefighting equipment. Apart from theoretical sessions, participants had the chance to use firefighting equipment and learn how best to escape a fire. Since the beginning of 2023, the Fire and Rescue Police Division at the Binh Phuoc Provincial Police Department has held similar sessions for students at over 20 local schools. Through such activities, local police expect that students will possess the basic knowledge and skills to protect themselves against fire. It also looks to raise public awareness on firefighting and fire prevention at schools and in households.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Võ Văn Thưởng received Nigerian Ambassador Hassan Adamu Mamani for his tenure in Vietnam in Hanoi on October the 13th.
Congratulating the Nigerian diplomat for his successful term in Vietnam, President Phuong said his contributions have helped promote the relationship between the two countries. Ambassador Hassan Adamu Mamani expressed his thanks for the support and coordination from relevant Vietnamese agencies towards the Nigerian embassy. He also thanked the host leader for his sharing about important cooperation directions between the two countries. The ambassador said he believes that Nigeria will continue to accompany Vietnam to further promote the effectiveness of cooperation between the two sides. President Phuong highly spoke of the cooperation between Nigeria and Vietnam over the past time, especially in socio-economic development. He also appreciated Nigeria's development achievements and its successful organization of recent elections. The president affirmed that Vietnam wishes to further develop the relationship with Nigeria in all fields in the time to come.
The 9th National External Information Service Award ceremony was held at the Hanoi Opera House on October the 12th evening.
This year's event received 1,456 entries, up 30% from the number in the previous edition, and including 78 works submitted by foreigners and overseas Vietnamese. They covered the country's important political, socio-economic events and external affairs, along with the party and state's policies, national achievements, and the beauty of Vietnamese land, people, and culture. A total of 110 prizes were presented to excellent works, comprising 8 first, 22 second, 33rd, and 50 consolation prizes. The Vietnam News Agency won 19 prizes, 4 first, 5 second, 4 third, and 6 consolation prizes. The annual awards aim to honor standout authors, works, and publications in the field of external information while helping popularize the country's development achievements in various areas.
The naval forces of Vietnam and Singapore joined in a friendship exchange on sailing ship 286 Le Quidon on October the 12th, part of the Vietnamese vessel visit to the city-states.
The visit by ship Le Quidon will help the two navies learn from each other and strengthen mutual understanding and trust. Colonel Rinson Chua, commander of Maritime Training and Doctrine Command, noted. Sailing ship 286 Le Quidon arrived at port of Changi on October 10th for a 3-day visit. The trip, the 9th to Singapore by a vessel of the Vietnamese Navy and the second by ship Le Quidon, took place amid numerous activities being held in both countries to mark the 50th anniversary of their diplomatic ties and the 10th anniversary of their strategic partnership. During the visit, the Vietnamese naval delegation also joined in cultural and sport exchanges with the Singaporean side and toured some local historical and cultural relic sites.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Cooperation Limited said that Vietnam's economic stays a modest recovery with a stronger than expected growth of 5.3% in the third quarter of 2023.
According to the Vietnam at a Glance report, themed Light at the End of the Tunnel, released by the HSBC on October 12, the lender said, the biggest surprise is the rebound in Vietnam's manufacturing sector. While it is still too early, in its view, to call a material recovery in the global trade cycle, Vietnam's trade sector has had a much-needed reprieve recently. With positive signs in trade and tourism, HSBC maintained its 2023 growth forecast at 5%, expecting a robust recovery in quarter 4. Nonetheless, inflation risks warrant a close watch. While September inflation was contained at 3.7%, below the State Bank of Vietnam's 4.5% ceiling, sequential growth raises concerns. For one, food prices had risen around 3% month-on-month for 2 straight months, pushing year-on-year inflation to overshoot 10%. According to the HSBC, while Vietnam's trade benefits from higher ice prices, international prices have pushed up the local prices of staple goods.
And that's all for the news today. Thanks for watching BPTV News. Goodbye and see you next time.